Talked about players. There's a guy called Victor Osimhen. People have talked about him joining United. Do you know him?
I know him. I met him in the bar the other day. He's a really nice guy, but he wants too much fucking money. No, listen, Osimhen, I wish, but I understand this thing about this new wage structure. They don't want to be paying too much money to the players. Exactly what's happening with Rashford, Sancho, all these tits. They haven't proven. You got too much money, you don't have the purpose to fight for your team, or you're already there. So you can't buy this kind of players. Get in the team first. Go on, Osimhen. I know. Osimhen, I know you prove.
So you're saying he has to come prove himself. He's done it in Italy. He's doing it in Turkey. So you think he still has to prove something in England?
English league is higher level.
Yeah. Anthony, Sancho.
Yeah, look at them all.
They all come from abroad.
On 300 grand a week.
Come to the Premier League. Play your ass off on 150, 200 grand. Let's be fair. Let's do the structure. Play your ass off. Prove you can do in the Premier League, and he'll get a bumper contract in a year or two's time, and then he can ask for 250, 300 grand. But prove it. Yeah. You get 350, and you're like, here you go, lads, I'm good.
Let's talk about players. There's a guy called Victor Osimhen. Do you know him?
I know about Victor Osimhen, yes.
He's been linked to United. Do you think he's the right player for Man United?
I think he would be. I think the only worry I think everyone has is once you get the paycheck and the wages at United, are you going to have the same intensity and fight for the club? But for someone like himself who has proven he can score goals, and he scored goals wherever he's went, Galatasaray, Napoli, I feel like that's something we've been missing. I think we need someone like Højlund does need a bit more time. He probably was a bit too early to lead the line. And if he had someone with a bit more experience, someone that's going to guarantee you goals like Osimhen, I don't see the reason why we shouldn't get someone like him.
Thank you so much. There's a guy called Victor Osimhen. Do you know him?
I know him.
Do you want him at United?
I wouldn't say no, but you're only hesitant. Why hasn't no big club come to him? Why hasn't Chelsea come to him? Why hasn't Liverpool come to him? Why hasn't City come to him? Why hasn't Barcelona come to him?
Interesting.
Maybe it's an attitude problem, but maybe Amarin can speak to him. I'll take him at United, 100%. We need a striker. Really, regardless, I love Xerxes.
Yes,
mate, Xerxes.
He's from Nigeria.
Yeah, man, baller, man.
Yeah.
I love Højlund as well.
Yes.
But Premier League, man, you've got to play up, because if you're not scoring, it gets highlighted.
Absolutely.
Of course, it's the biggest fucking league in the world. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I love Højlund, I love Xerxes, but we need a striker, like a prolific goal scorer.
And Victor Osimhen is one.
He is, mate. He's done it in Napoli. He's done it fucking everywhere else. Yeah. Galatasaray, mate. It don't matter. Record. Premier League is his final destination. You know.
I agree with that.
So let's hope. If he comes to Man United, mate, I wish him all the best. But
there's a guy called Victor Osimhen. Do you know him?
Yeah, of course, I know him.
Do you like him at United?
I would like to see him, but also we have some other options, because like on the financial side, this could be a problem for United. But let's see. We don't know what's gonna happen. If you're gonna today win, maybe he's ours. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Enjoy the game and all the best. Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you. There's a guy called Victor Osimhen. Do you know him?
Of course, yeah. Galatasaray on loan from Napoli. I'm not sure what happened with Napoli. That was a bit confusing, because obviously they're looking for Serie A title, and he's a brilliant player. He's world class, and I assume he's a Nigerian legend. Yes. So I've not seen him play that much, because I don't watch much Italian or Turkish.
I'd take him. From what I've seen, I'd take him. We need a proper lethal striker for that, and Osimhen is that, so I'd take him.
So you take Osimhen right now?
100%.
I was disappointed that we didn't try and take him on loan. If Galatasaray got him on loan, why didn't we get him on loan? However, is there a reason? I've not heard amazing things from Galatasaray. I'm not sure. I think Chelsea would be willing to pay 180 million, but I don't think it's within United's budget. And with Cunha and Delap being on the cards, I don't think he'd go to United. But I think that sort of ship has sailed. But he might end up in the Premier League, and but I don't know how his season's gone. Do you know more than us?
Yeah, he's doing very well in Turkey. He's shattered record. He's the highest scoring foreigner actually in the
Turkish league. So
season.
Well, so there you go. If well, Napoli probably don't want to keep him. I think there's bridges burnt there. So I think it'll be maybe a Chelsea, maybe a Man United, but we'll see. But I don't know. It could be anywhere. Galatasaray was confusing to me. Why?
Absolutely. We're still in shock.
It was a weird one. I'd take him. Just get him in. You know, we could do anyone improves us, but Osimhen is that striker. If he comes in,
I think it's a price. Though I don't think we can afford him.
It's the price.
I think that's where the problem is.
Yeah, and I also think that Napoli will sell him, but I also think they'll only sell him if he's 80, 90 million. I think 100 million was last season.
Yes, but now it's dropped
and
a bit.
It'll be 70, 80, and it screams to Chelsea. I'm going to be honest, it screams to Chelsea. Yes. As much as Tottenham here today, Levy's not going to do it. But London team, Arsenal, they're looking for a striker, maybe.
Yeah, but no one is talking about Osimhen Arsenal. It's just Man United, Chelsea, Man United, Chelsea.
I think because United are the biggest football club in the world. They've got such a big African following. I think that is a match made in heaven. But I think with the new ownership and them wanting to get value for money, I just don't think that'll be on their cards. I think a year in Turkey, and when we had Weghorst after a half a year in Turkey, they'll want to be like, oh, you sure? For as much money as he's going to cost. So we'll have to see.
Thank you so much. The interesting thing is United fans. Let's talk about that attack. Yeah. There's a guy called Victor Osimhen. Do you know him?
Yeah, Nigerian, the king. Yeah, that's who I want. If we were going to get a striker, I'd bring him in. But I think maybe his wages are a bit too high. But him or Gyökeres from Sporting, I think one of those two would really help. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you.
Enjoy.